All right, what is up, Nerd Lantern Corps? We're back with another video, and finally putting this out. We're going to be talking about Power Rangers Zeo. It's just me and Will tonight. I don't know if Jesse's gonna. We don't know if Jesse's gonna be on. Uh, probably not. Homie's got a whole ass family you got to take care of. So, Will, I know that you are a little more familiar with Zeo than me. So I want to kind of let you take the reins on this one, and I'll just chime in when I can.
Mm. Well, few things I was always curious about when it came to Zeo.
Mhm.
One, the fact that this machine empire was so bad that it had Zed and Rita bounce. Like going back to the beginning of it, they were getting out of there. But okay, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. The designs of the villains look horrible.
Yeah, I agree.
Uh, they're, the enemies they send out to get the Rangers look more intimidating than they do. That's already a problem. But I do like the fact that they actually commanded a form of presence.
Yeah.
They actually managed to get a bit more done than Rita and Zed.
Yeah, I noticed that too. They kind of brought that up in they kind of I did get a chance to see it in that season recap. Because compared to uh compared to Alien Rangers, because Zed, Rita, and Rito were, still the big bad for that little while. They were just for 10 straight episodes, these guys could have literally murked these Rangers as children, but they just kept sending these low level people or just Goldar and Rito themselves, and they just muck it up every time. They miss the opportunity. They could have done away with these Rangers. They had no powers. You could have done it like that, but no.
But and
It's just
again, I sort of understand why they didn't do it because it was still being pretty heavily marketed towards kids. So I can sort of understand it to an extent. But
that obviously.
my biggest issue when it came to them was these guys knew who the Rangers were. They knew their family. They knew where they lived. They knew where they went to school. They knew everybody they knew, and they never capitalized on it.
Nope.
That's my pretty much my one gripe with them.
How you feel about okay, so we're gonna like start at the beginning and then make our like fast forward a little through excuse me, fast forward a little through everything in the end. Well, so like starting with the theme song, is the theme song still a bop? Is it still good to you?
To me, yes. What I
Yeah,
don't
same.
like is how short it is, how fast it ends.
Yeah, I wish it was a little longer, not even gonna lie.
Hmm.
What are your feelings on the well, we do kind of have to talk about Alien Rangers, even though I already did the video on why I horrendously dislike it. We do have, we are going to have to reference Alien Rangers a little bit since it was the tie-in between Mighty Morphin and Zeo. Again, I don't know why they did it. I mean, I know why they did that, but I didn't see it being necessary to do that. You could have just given everybody you could have just given everybody a break from acting and then just come back and shoot Zeo. I didn't see no point in doing Alien Rangers. But Oh wow, I can't believe I just lost my train of thought. So oh yeah, so the new cast, or at least the new placement. We only got like one new cast member, and the new placement of the Rangers. What are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, Kimberly's departure, yeah, I sort of saw that coming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I wasn't look when I was a kid. I didn't understand these people, their lives, and whatnot. But for some reason, right around the time when Mighty Morphin was about to end, something about her seemed like she was just losing passion for it,
Yeah,
and that's mostly through her performance.
yeah, you could see it. You can kind of just see that. You can kind of see it through everyone's performance, kind of like what they're going through in a sense. At least you could see who was ready to go, who was just basically done with it.
Which is why I'm still surprised they managed to keep Billy there for as long as they did.
Right?
Because
Even when he, yeah,
wow, he
even
stayed long.
when he wasn't a ranger, I'm just like, really?
Yeah, I mean, look, in terms of character and who he was, it makes a lot of sense to me because he understood he understood uh the power center and the structure better than practically almost anyone. So I can understand that to a point, and he was constantly also making upgrades and whatnot.
Mm.
But I but my issue stems from the fact is I could not in good conscience see him wanting to just stay in the command center and just watch everybody else go out and fight and risk their lives.
Yeah, I that could not have been me.
It just made no sense to me at all.
One thing that definitely didn't make sense to me again, and I'm referencing Alien Rangers right now. I did not like how they gotten rid of Aisha.
Yeah.
It That part made no sense to me whatsoever. It because like Jason. So yeah, Jason, Trini, and Zach, they got a chance to go to yeah, they got the opportunity to go to a peace conference, see the world and all that stuff. Cool. You want to do it? Cool. You leave the Rangers. That's fine. I forgot why. I forgot why Kimberly left. I can't remember that. But
Honestly, I think they did her worse by making. Yeah, they did Kimberly worse when I stop and think about it by basically giving Tommy a Dear John letter.
oh yeah. What? Hold on. I gotta. Okay, not the actress. I need the character. Okay, so it says her character's departure was written as a multi-episode arc where she was invited to train for the Pan Global Games, leading her to pass her Pink Ranger powers to Catherine. Okay. Uh that sounds like a once in a lifetime opportunity as well. I don't agree with that, dear John letter. I mean, you could have just told the boy yourself. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I just did not like how they just did Aisha, just having her take her one of her like taking just passing on the crystal to one of her ancestors just to come back to the future. That part made no sense to me at all. And
I just like,
you stay in
uh,
Africa in that time period. And I'm like, what are you doing? No.
and seriously, an ancestor? Why did I don't?
It, and I mean, absolutely, and no disrespect to Tanya, even though she's not isn't necessarily one of my favorite Rangers, not even one of my favorite female Rangers, but that just made no sense. That made no sense whatsoever to me.
They say, okay, look, at least and when they replaced Trini, Jason, and Zach, we got and it was small. It was basically one episode. We got to really get to know them before they transferred their powers over to them.
Yeah,
Tanya was so freaking out of nowhere; it was ridiculous.
and she had to get used to a whole new time period, a whole new lifestyle, in a whole new country.
Just like I don't.
Oh, and by the way, you're part of this super galactic team that fights off evil to protect the world. Okay.
Mean, couldn't just leave with it, huh?
just leave. it, it just made those. It makes no sense. Uh, moving on, but yeah, I'm trying to move on from that. So the Rangers they get back to their right ages. Tommy still remains the leader, but now he has a new color. He becomes the red. Um, Tanya takes up the mantle as the yellow. Catherine stays pink. Billy goes from red to blue, and Adam goes from black to green.
You mean Rocky?
Rocky, sorry.
I
Thank
had
you.
to take a second for it. Wait a minute. When did Billy ever wear red?
I'm sorry. No, I even after like 20 something years, man, I just can't get with Rocky. I just can't get down with the thing. Well, not with Rocky as a character, just with the whole thing with what they did with him. I just can't get down with it. I can never get down with it.
Yep. It's called
I
wasted
think
potential, and dear God, these people were good at that.
it's honestly with the earlier seasons just changing over when you get because the crazy thing is we'll cover I know we're gonna cover this later on, but with Rocky gotten the leader's color, but he wasn't the leader, and now he gets a new color. So he never gotten promoted or demoted. He just kind of stayed stagnant. But when we get to
Yep.
the turbo series, like we're going from turbo to in space
Yeah.
with TJ. With TJ becomes the leader. He's in the leadership role. He's trying to do his thing, and homie, I, I'm gonna say he doesn't do the best job. That's just me.
I
And then
mean, picking up right after Tommy got done bouncing,
yeah, and then homie
and in
gets
a
demoted.
very bad situation.
Yeah, and then he actually gotten demoted to blue and constantly is getting his ass whooped in space.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let that shit happen to me. I'm only gonna say one color, and if it's not like if you're putting me in a leadership position, you either make me the sixth ranger or you keep me in the leadership position. I'm not becoming the second hand. I'm not becoming the right hand. That's just me.
Tell me about it.
But
Honestly,
yeah,
they had a chance to do something good with Rocky when Jason came back
yeah,
because because there was potential. There was a shot of them actually doing something because Rocky was actually starting to feel a bit inferior when Jason came back, worried that he was about to be replaced or whatnot.
yep.
Now there was potential for some good storytelling there,
Hmm.
but right, something they dropped the ball with that.
They kind of
Had
like,
that whole they just settled it within one episode, and it didn't, and it wasn't even a whole episode either.
yeah, they just like address the surface and then just put it to bed. Oh man. Well, moving on from that, the suits are the what were your thoughts on the suits?
Not bad. I mean, look, I generally it's a preference. I still prefer the freaking animal themed masks,
Hmm.
helmets. I mean, over the shapes.
Yeah, I
Like I said,
think if
that's
you,
just mostly an aesthetic preference.
I think if you were gonna go with shapes, I would say do something as dynamic as the star. The like freaking Tommy's helmet was honestly the best one.
Uh huh. No doubt.
I think I think you could get by with the Pink Ranger's oval slash circle and Adam's rectangle. I think you could get by with it. I would have made one of them a diamond. I didn't have a problem I didn't have a problem with the triangle, but just something like as dynamic because you see that because you look at their helmets. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are just going to be focusing on the Red Ranger's helmet. It's a star.
Yep.
Ugh. I personally, well, as far as the suits as a whole, you're saying like you favor Mighty Morphins over Zeos.
No, no. It's mostly in terms of the helmet. It's mostly the helmets that I prefer them.
Okay,
In terms of the suits, I actually had no real issue with them.
all right, too easy. What about their Zords? I kind of like their Zords.
No, but no real issue with with the Zords either.
It was definitely more of a change of pace because
But what I wasn't prepared for was the Red Ranger getting his own specialized Zord. I'm like, y'all still playing favorite Tommy, huh?
yep, yep, yeah. I mean, obviously, each ranger gets their own individual Zord, but I liked their individual Zords all being bipedal
Specialized for
Zords.
combat.
Yes, I liked that part because they did the same thing uh in Mystic Force, which I thought was very cool.
Yep.
And I think
Although
they
I
should.
am it, but uh, that's a good way for me to describe this. What was the? No, wait. No. Never mind. No, that's Turbo. Well, I'll get to that later.
All right. I know we touched up on the villains. Oh, duh. Jason coming back as the Gold Ranger.
Talk to me about something I was nowhere near prepared for.
I'll let you break down your thoughts first, and then I'll say mine.
Let's see. I was a kid. I was actually a bit more expressive in my emotions. Oh, I let out the massive fanboy scream.
Hmm.
But I was honestly prepared for I was actually prepared for Billy to become the Gold Ranger.
Mm,
Because I
okay.
thought that I genuinely thought that's what they were setting up for.
All right. Yeah, honestly, I was the same way. I was actually the same way. I thought, we have not seen these guys in so long that we just put them out of our minds. But Billy was still there. So I was like, oh wow. But then as a kid, yes. But then as I got older, as I got older, I was like, it was very spaced out when I had rewatched that episode a second time. I was like, hold on, how come they didn't give this to Billy?
And then we find out later, yeah, they're planning on writing him out of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine my shock when they decided to grace us with old Billy. I'm like, what in God's name are you people doing?
I but yeah, I was on the same level as a child with you as I was fanboying so hard that Jason came back and is getting a new suit, new powers. I was really pissed when it was only temporary. But
I'm just glad they told us ahead of time.
yes, yes. But even then I was still upset. I was like, what? This isn't permanent? Or at least until the show is over? Ooh.
I can
But nah, it's fine. It's fine. Do you have do you have
I will
a
say also the choreography actually got better.
it did for sure. I was gonna ask, do you have like a certain character arc that you kind of favored, if there were any that stood out to you? I'll say that.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it went to Tommy again.
Well, it's fine. We got one more. Oh, we got one more series involving Tommy, and then we're gonna take a break from him for a while and focus on everybody else.
Hmm. But yeah, the whole them bringing back Tommy's past, that as you know, the whole Green Ranger thing, that was actually interesting.
Yeah. Hmm. I didn't like that. That's probably like tied with with the episode with Jason coming back as the Gold Ranger. That those two have stood out to me the most.
Understandable.
Man, this was a question that I had asked Roxanne yesterday, but it was
Hmm.
pertaining to basically any show that we've watched as children. But I'm gonna stick specifically to Power Rangers. I know we're only in the third season, so but we're gonna get to all of them eventually. I think maybe next time we might take a break and just do like maybe run another gauntlet or just rank certain theme songs or suits or something like that. Just take a break from it for a while, or I don't know. We might just wait till we cover all of them, and then we'll probably do a listing or ranking. I don't know.
Okay.
Some of these people have bad taste when it comes to these theme songs. Dude, people put People put Operation Overdrive theme song as an S tier theme song.
Oh,
I'm being dead serious. I think I can
uh-uh.
hear the
Yeah,
faces
nah.
that you're making. I can hear the faces that you're making.
Even when I'm not on camera, even when I'm not on camera, I cannot hide that.
Look, honest to God truth, I put this on the cross. People are like, this is like one of the best things. So I'm like, dude, no, it's not. People talking like this is the first one to have rap like have to have it rapping. I'm like, the guy is barely rapping.
And
He's really
rapping
just
does not
talking.
make a good theme song make.
Exactly. Is what I said. Ugh, man. I just it blows my mind. Overdrive is just
Look,
not it.
and no offense to the people when it comes to theme songs, but why? Why in God's name was the first Power Ranger show that y'all use a different style of music for your theme song that I recall was Mystic Force. Because
Yeah.
that was a whole new thing I was not ready for.
hmm
Not gonna lie, it took a
People
while for it to actually grow on me.
there were people. What was it? There was people in the some people in the comments in one of the shorts I had posted saying that they loved Mystic Force, and I was respectful about it. I'm like, yeah, I said Mystic Force is cool, and I just immediately diverted to I just favor like I favor other themes. I was like Dino Thunder, Ninja Storm, those bangers. I I understand if people look. I I'll say this again. I've said it before in other shorts and other videos. Look, you like what you like. I'm not gonna hate you for it. I'm not gonna bash on you for it. We're all entitled to our own opinions, but
Yep.
Mystic Force is not top 10. That's just me.
Uh-uh. No.
It's not. And no, I'm not one of those people that's gonna put Mighty Morphin up there to pay to pay the to pay homage to it or whatever. It's a good theme song, but uh, I mean, Mighty Morphin might crack 10, but there's just songs up there that are just better executed. And plus, it's a product of its time.
Oh yeah. Right around time I'm gonna say what? Late 80s, like 89, maybe 90, 91. If I remember correctly when Mighty Morphin came out.
I think
Pretty sure that thing came out before I was
1993,
born.
1993, I think.
Sounds about right. Yeah. So yeah, definitely product of its time. But
Yeah.
when you
So
think
no,
about it,
I'm
you
not.
practically
Yes.
say that about most freaking things.
Yeah, you could because you can definitely tell which you can tell when it just even from not even just the theme songs, but just the themes of the Rangers, what their hobbies are, the characteristics, the language that they use, the certain idioms and terms of expression. You can you can definitely tell like what what era this was. But I cannot put Mystic Force up there. I cannot. It doesn't
Okay,
it
so
doesn't
yeah.
it doesn't hit.
So yeah, that's a good idea for the next one. We do a ranking of the themes.
All right, bet I'm down. I'm down with that. Oh Lord. Some trying to think of anything else that we covered. Did they get I'm what am I missing? Oh, the weapons. The weapons that they use in Zeo. I need to look this up because I only remember Jason's staff. Wow, now I know why I didn't remember them. These do not look they do not look cool at all.
Nope.
Yeah, Tommy had a sword, Captain had a shield,
Mm.
Adam had twin axes, and Tanya had nunchucks. I cannot tell what Rocky had. What are these?
I swear to God, they just did Rocky dirty all kinds of ways.
They are they supposed to be like tonfas with blades on them? What is this? What the frick am I looking at? I don't know what these are. Man, no wonder I don't remember these. What is this? Straight up, like the only thing I remember what like looking at them now, I can recall the sword, I can recall Tommy's sword, and I can recall Captain's shield. I only and the only reason I remember the shield was because of the mobile game that they have out. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
Battle of the Morphin Grid, something like that.
I'm thinking about something else. Hmm. Let's see.
Wow.
Battle for Grid, if I remember correctly, was a PC console fighting game.
Okay.
That mobile game, I know nothing about.
Um, oh my. Oh, Legacy Wars. It was Legacy Wars.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
drawing a
was
blank.
playing.
I know nothing about it.
It's the 3D models. It's kind of like Battle for the Grid. And I remember her shield because she was the first ranger that I had unlocked, and I was kind of pissed about it.
Okay.
But I mean, she had some pretty cool moves. That's all. I mean, shoot, I really have nothing else to talk about Zeo.
It's fine.
Anything else you gotta
Nope.
add? All right, so after Zeo, we have Turbo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch some of that because I had a lot of that one out of my head.
Should should we include the Turbo movie, or we're gonna keep that one separate?
Well, how about we include the Turbo movie because there are some inconsistencies between the two on how the powers how they got the powers.
Bet. Yeah, so
So yeah,
I got yeah,
let's
because
include it.
all right, cool, because I got the Turbo movies on DVD, so I can just rewatch it. Well, shoot, I really don't have to rewatch it because they just they again they hold the hell out of Rocky.
Every time I see
Every
that
time.
one clip with Rocky,
Man,
that
justice for Rocky, bro.
That
Seriously,
spin,
just for
that's God help me, that spin kick right over to the how he just flew towards. Like, oh God help me.
oh man.
I think that there's
Oh
a number of laws of physics that had to have been broken for him to have fallen, just fallen out of the ring like
dude, it was I was like, wait, how are you doing this?
that.
Like, I know you're a ranger, but still, there's no way. Oh
Oh.
man. They did Rocky so dirty, man.
Tell me about it.
I'm gonna try. Okay, yeah, we're. Oh man, I'm gonna save my comment for the next one. I'm gonna save it that's if I remember it. Oh man. All right, well shoot, I got nothing else to say about Zero Rangers. You got nothing else to say, so that's gonna have to conclude the episode about Zero Rangers. If we missed anything, feel free to let us know in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe and share this video with people. Guys, we are actually, want to say 18 or 19 people away from hitting 200 subscribers. So help us out to make that happen. Recruit people to the Nerd Lantern Corps. And yeah, we will see you guys in the next one.